Top of the day to you, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me on yet another edition of Countdown to Ondo APC primary election. I am Sunday Kolawole. Of course, it's a beautiful weekend already here, and it's also a weekend for members of the All Progressives Congress APC to determine who will fly the flag of their party in the forthcoming November governorship election in Ondo State. Joining me on the program today are two gentlemen, politicians. Let me quickly welcome them. Olutayo Babalayo, barrister at law. It's good to have you join me on the program.
It's my pleasure to be here.
The other time you were only educated, now you are learned.
Thank you.
That's what you lawyers say, right? Okay, now let me welcome a revered father in the democratic practice, Honorable Ola Oguntimeni. Thank you so much for joining me on the program.
Pleasure being here.
Well, so many things are on my lineup today, but let's quickly have a feel of the sights and sounds of occurrences and the experience at Owo when Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa visited that place as part of his tour of local government areas of the state. We'll be right back.
All roads led to the ancient palace of Olowo as Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa was received by traditional rulers and residents of the council area. The governor, who was in the ancient town in continuation of his tour of the council area ahead of the governorship primary election, expressed his appreciation to the royal fathers and the people, which are promised to do more in the delivery of democratic dividends.
Before I can go beyond 2025, I have to go through a process. It is called an electoral process put in place by our political party APC. Wọ́n dẹ̀ máa dìbò ẹni ọjọ́ Sátidé, àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ wa ló máa dìbò ṣe gbogbo ìlú. Adẹ̀mọ́ gbogbo àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ wa yìí, abẹ́ àṣẹ yín náà wà lóyìn ilẹ̀ ìjọba lé wọn lórí. Adẹ̀mọ́ ẹgbẹ́ ti pa àṣẹ ní gbangba, gbogbo àgbáyé ti gbọ́ wọ́n ti rí. Ẹ̀rọ amóhùnmáwòrán ti gbé, ìwé ìròyìn ti kọ jáde pé gbogbo ọba, gbogbo orí adé ti ìpínlẹ̀ Ondo pé wọ́n ti dúró ti gómìnà tó wà bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ pé kó máa tẹ̀síwájú sí beyond 2025.
The Olowo Oba Ajibade Gbadegeshi Ogunoye, who prayed for the success of the governor, described him as a humble and God-fearing individual whose passion to promote the well-being of the people is evident.
Ibi pẹ̀lú àwọn ọba la wà ní àwọn local government, a mọ̀ pé ẹ̀yin ló yẹ nípò òun náà láti wà bí lẹ́yìn táwa fi hàn gbogbo òlú pé gómìnà tá a máa wà lẹ́yìn ẹ̀ lélẹ́yìí. Èyí tó fẹ́ ṣe ní Sátidé, gbogbo àwọn ọmọ wa tó máa dìbò ń bẹ̀ ẹ dìbò fún Lucky Orímisàn Aiyedatiwa.
The impressive turnout by people of the council area at Methodist Primary School was a testament to the love and support for the governor. A chieftain of the party in the council area, Akin Awodeyi Akinseyinde, who rallied support for Governor Aiyedatiwa, appealed to party members not to waver. Governor Aiyedatiwa, who was visibly happy, appreciated his gathering for the massive turnout. The governor also used the occasion to dismiss insinuations that the state government was owing contractors handling road projects across the state.
Ẹni tí Ọlọ́run kan lò tó jẹ́ kí n di igbákejì gómìnà Ọ̀wọ̀ ń bí láti jáde o. Ìdí rẹ̀ ni mo fi sọ pé ẹ̀yẹn máa ṣe o. Ìbò yẹn ní 2020, ìbò tó jáde fún ẹgbẹ́ APC tí ẹ dì fún èmi àti arákùnrin, it was in excess of 35,000, the highest in history.
The coast of the APC was enlarged in the council area as some members of the opposition party were received into the ruling party at the event. Governor Aiyedatiwa, in continuation of his tour, had visited Ifon, headquarters of Osrc government area of the state, where he was received by royal fathers in the council area at the local government secretariat. Governor Aiyedatiwa appreciated the support of the royal fathers and sought their blessings.
About 2 weeks ago, the 130 Crown Club, the umbrella for the second levels and third levels of Ombas in Ondo State, we all came together, and you agreed with one mind and spoke with one voice concerning me, among other things that you presented on that day. But the one that concerns me, is your resolution, your resolve that I should continue as the governor of Ondo State beyond 2025.
The Olute of Ute, Oba Oluwole Akinrogbe, said the governor has demonstrated competence and performed beyond expectations, hence their support for him.
Gbogbo wa lọ́kùnrin lọ́mọdé àti ní àgbà ni àwa ń fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ pé àwa rán Lucky Orímisan Ayédàtiwa níṣẹ́ ni kò ń ṣe wípé wọ́n ń lọ sí fúnra wọn, wọ́n lọ sí fún ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣẹ́ àti ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn.
The governor later addressed members of the APC, where he urged them to keep the flag flying while sustaining their commitment ahead of this weekend's shadow election. Aiyedatiwa appealed to residents of the area to join hands with government to further strengthen the security architecture of the area and the state.
Thank you so much, everyone, for still being with me on the program. Countdown to Ondo APC primary election. Of course, tomorrow is the D-Day, so to say, for that party to determine who would be its flag bearer. Now, welcome once again, revered politicians joining me for this engagement. Let me start from you, Honorable Lawitime. You've been in politics for so long a time, and so you can really say if one is a pretender or is a contender, or if one has a value or does not have value in democratic practice. Tell me, Lucky Orímisan Ayédàtiwa, many say he has no experience in politics beyond contesting and then becoming deputy governor. Do you think he has the capacity to really lead APC well in this election if he wins the ticket of your party?
Thank you very much. Governor Lucky Orímisan Ayédàtiwa is a grassroots politician. He's been in the process for decades, not just because he's just coming in to contest now. In fact, he had been a party man, a progressive party man all his life. And that is why in 2012 that he supported our late governor, Akeredolu, to become the governor in 2012. That one didn't work, but he equally helped in 2016 to actualize Akeredolu becoming governor. So that is to tell you the extent of his participation. And when it comes to the local politics around Ondo State, he had always been there. You can recollect if somebody like Aketi told the whole world who cared to listen that when he was contesting, even in 2012, this same man gave him the first bulletproof car to run his election. A novice, a non-starter, a naive politician would not be able to do that. That is to show that he believes in the progressive agenda, and he stands out as a peace-loving person, a silent player, and somebody who does not pretend. Once he believes in a cause, he drives it, but he does not make noise. That is why many people are taking him for granted. Ayedatiwa is a grassroots politician who is doing the work as it should be done, and with progressive antecedent, which stood him out among all the 16 contenders.
All right. With all of this that Honorable Mutume has reeled off, Barrister Babalayo, can we say that of the 16 aspirants to this ticket of the APC, that Lucky Ayedatiwa has chances? How bright are these chances if he does have chances?
Thank you very much. I want to align myself with my leader here for what that has just said about the incumbent governor. And it is better for us to look at it from this perspective. And like I've just said, the rally that took place at the level of Owo and under 18 local governments, the rally ended yesterday. So it will have been better for someone to be there, for you to be able to gauge and assess the mind of generality of Ondo State people. Like a lot of people have even come to say that are we campaigning for real election, or is this just primary? So, I mean, many places that we went to with tumultuous crowds, a lot of people welcoming us with open arms, and amidst Pope and pageantry, a lot of people coming, even non-party members. They thought we were having that election in April. So it took us, sometimes to convince them that this is just ordinary primary. It is not the general election. So for me, tomorrow is more or less like when you are playing a kind of a formatting match. It's a game. Yeah, politics is a game. But I want to believe that that tomorrow we have received endorsement. The way people reacted, the Obas, the youth, the women, and what have you, is an indication that tomorrow, Ayedatiwa is as good as he has won that election, and so he stand out.
Okay. Now, Honorable Guntimei, apart from incumbency, which many believe is what is working for him, how popular is he really with the leaders of the party, with the executives of the party, and with the ordinary members of the party?
People who are claiming that Honorable Lucky Orivinsan Ayedatiwa is not popular, it's just because they think that he's not a noisemaker. He's a known person to all the party members. His name reverberates all over the place. That's to tell you the extent to which he's acceptable. Just like my colleague said, we have toured the 18 local government areas. The reception is overwhelming. The enthusiasm of the people cannot be estimated. That is why our opponents are saying that maybe Ayedatiwa has turned the whole primary into a general election campaign. It is the people. They are showing love because they have seen a lucky man who is very concerned about the welfare of the people. He has seen a man who is a man of peace. If you will recall now, within the last few months that he had been in the saddle, everywhere had been peaceful. And the man kept telling people who care to listen that this time around, you can do anything, you can say anything about Ayedatiwa, but don't precipitate violence. So people saw that in him, and that is why they are gravitated towards him. Ayedatiwa is a man of the people and is loved by the people. I cannot be taken for granted by anybody. It is because of that that his opponents are just saying anything or saying that maybe he's not a grassroots man. That is a mistake on their part. And with the show of love by the people around the place, you will know now that this is the man. And come Saturday, people will express it. He has been going around without any inducement, and people are turning male, female, old men, young men, women, people of character. Then when we come to leadership, how acceptable is it to the leadership of the party? Go around the state. Look at the cream de la cream of leaders of APC in Ondo State that are following him on their own free will without any invitation. They came to offer.
Okay.
Ajayi Boroface, 3-time senator of the Federal Republic, immediate past deputy leader of Senate, all the place. Ambassador Shola Iji, former Nigerian ambassador to Togo, all over the place. Akinshenwa Akpata, all from Owo. Alhaji Ekunba, former BOT member of APC. All these leaders and the host of others, just mention them across the place. So all these leaders followed Ayedatiwa throughout the 18 local government areas. When we ended the campaign for primary yesterday at Ishua, it was unprecedented. Anywhere we went, the Obas, they will pray, they will show love. Even some of them do give gifts. That is to show the acceptability of this man. So the contest now is between two people, Ayedatiwa and others.
Okay then, that's your opinion on that matter, Ayedatiwa and others. Of course, there are others, 15 others that will be just playing the ticket of the APC with Lucky Ayedatiwa. But Honorable Guntimen talked about crowds across local government areas. How genuine are these crowds? Yes. How well will they really translate to vote for him tomorrow?
Yes, these are not rented crowd, mind you. Because
I didn't say they are. I'm just asking you. How genuine are they?
I'm hearing my own view about that.
You should.
You know, I've seen some of the detractors. You know, the opponents. Though we are still in the same party, so I wouldn't want to see them as an opposition because it is allowed during the party primaries. People have to pitch tent with different aspirants, but some of them they take it too far. You know, loyalty maybe to their preferred aspirants and begin to cast aspersions. All sort of innuendos and what have you. But to us, we don't see it that way because we believe they're still coming to join us. But I want to say this. There is nobody can, controvert it. The fact that those that we have been seeing, welcoming us to any local government, these are genuine card-carrying members of our party.
Are they also financial members?
They are.
Because I know that is the caveat.
They are.
As far as your party is concerned.
Of course, they are. They are the people that will line up tomorrow to vote for whoever they want. But from what we can gather from the field assessment and what I feel, there's no gainsaying from the fact that come tomorrow, I'm still saying it. This is not being overconfidence, but that is the reality that tomorrow Ayedatiwa is winning the election. So for us, all the crowd that you are seeing is to show, love. To tell us that yes, this man should continue the good work within 3 months that has been in the saddle. And so for he has not been doing enough. I mean, you also see the reaction of the people. Our party is a party that they don't really give room for mediocre. Yes, if you are the type they want, you have been tested, people can still trust you, they will accept you, they will go for you. Anywhere you go, they will go with you. That is exactly what we are saying. The same thing has been, what we saw, that of what I just mentioned, has been replicated in all the 18 local government. And that's why I was quick to tell you the other time that it was as if we are campaigning for the real general election against other parties. That's the way it looked like. So some could say, because I have heard some people saying, most of those, all these crowds that normally welcome us to rallies, some of them are rallying, they are rented crowd. So we need to disabuse the mind of gullible public that these are genuine card-carrying members of APC. They are not rented. They have shown love to Ayedatiwa. That is the man that they desire, is the man they want to continue beyond 2025. That is what we are seeing being playing out in all the nooks and crannies of Ondo State. And so on, we are still on it. So for us, we go to our bed this night with our 2 eyes closed, unlike others. So we are very, very much optimistic that we are
others will not sleep with their 2 eyes closed.
And because they are jittery of what they have seen in the field.
Are you in their camp? How did you know?
We can assess from good calculation and correct assessment. You can arrive at that yes, people are jittery. We read all sort of things in the social media. We have platforms, so we know how our members react in the platform.
Now, Ondo if Aiyedatiwa wins the ticket of the APC after this primary election, how gubernatorial is he? Does he really possess the gubernatorial quality to be able to stand your party out in the general contest come November?
That is looking at it from all angles.
Okay.
Aiyedatiwa is solid. Personally, financially, he's very solid. He had been solid for long. He had been a vibrant businessman, successful businessman. He's not a loafer. That is one. Two, he's cerebral. And when he speaks, look at the quality of English coming out of him. That is to tell you that this is a matured person. Two, the man is a peace-loving man. He embraces peace everywhere, and he preaches peace to all manner of people. Another quality that stands him out is the fact that when it comes to deliberating on issues, the way he will marshal his points, he seems to know everything about everything. Call it in business, call it in culture, call it in education. This man is not just learning. He's not a man that will come into the office to be learning the rope. He is already in the saddle. He knows the nitty-gritties. Unlike somebody, governors. I've been with governors in the past. I've worked closely with governors. I knew what it means to be a governor. And to that extent, you will need some months to learn the rope. Aiyedatiwa does not require that again. It's just to take the cricket and hit the ground running for the success of Ondo State. It will industrialize this state. And some people are saying that, they want 8 years. Who tells you that even if you are elected for 8 years, that you will spend 8 years? Yeah. God, human beings proposes. God disposes. Baba Ajashin spent only 4 years. His marks are still there till tomorrow. It is not quantum or the number of years that you spend that will determine your success as a governor. Yeah. And Aiyedatiwa will prove it to Ondo State and to the world that it is not the length of time. And I want to assure you, by the grace of God, when he comes back as governor, continue from February 24, 2025, you will see wonders. This is a man that is prepared for the job. He's not just contemplating it, and he's there working it out now. The workers are happy by the grace of God. He's not throwing any worker in this state. The contractors are happy. He's not throwing them, and they are hitting the ground running, doing various jobs for us. And education will be scaled up during his tenure. The man is recruiting 2,000 teachers, and 1,000 at the secondary school level. So that is to show you that his love for education. And that reminds me, when people are saying that, this man has no certificate, he has not. Fortunately, I thank God the party on his own went into the whole matter, went to Ikosi High School. They saw the register. His name is number 102. This was a school that transformed New Nigerian School, later translated to become Ikosi High School, Ikosi Ketu. I was in Lagos then. I lived in Lagos. I know this school. I lived in Ketu, and the place is not far from my house. So I know the history of that school.
You are aware of the transformation of the school from one
very well,
to another?
Very well. So I'm aware of this. But people who are lazy critics, they will not do diligent investigation before they start accusing. But the man remained unperturbed until when people were saying this, and the lawyers went into it, they unearthed everything. So that is to show you that the type of governor you will have is a quality governor.
Okay.
It's a governor that will bring everybody together. After the primary, you will remember, sir, since we started this primary campaign, people have abused him here and there. Even aspirants have said something untoward, but Ayedatiwa never replied anyone, and he warned all of us who are working with him, you don't need to abuse anybody because of me, because he is the father of all of us, including those who are aspiring with him. So that is to tell you the quality of leadership he will provide for Ondo State this time around, and we shall all be happy.
All right, Oluti, I know you were once part of the state executive of the All Progressives Congress (APC), and I'm sure you still know the goings on there. I'd like to know what many have been saying, 24 hours to maybe less than 24 hours to the primary election. Some are still saying that, are you sure that Ayedatiwa has good rapport, relationship with the executive of the APC? Some have said, if he does, where are the state leaders of the APC when he's touring local government areas? What's going on in that area?
Well, I don't want to believe that there's no love lost between the incumbent governor and the state party escorts. The concern of the party is clear about this. And let me handle it from the angle that this is party primary.
Of course.
And of course, the decision, not coming from me, going by the party constitution, provision of the party, is that once the executive, there is going to be any primary, they are supposed to play umpire role. And they are not to be biased. They are just there to play supervisory role. They are just there to attend to all aspirants. In fact, they act on behalf of National Working Committee in the state, because if anything happens, they'll be the one that people will have to go to. So in that regard, you are not supposed to pitch your tent. The escorts now, they are not supposed to pitch tent with any party aspirant or any aspirant, so to say, that will be neutral. And so, going by that, I don't really, if people are now thinking that, oh, this executive, we have not been seeing them like we have just said, and people should not translate that to mean that there is friction between them. No, not at all.
Okay.
That is the best they could do.
Okay.
So after the primary, the whole aspirants, so many structure, we collapse into one formidable one.
Okay.
That will now start our campaign.
Thank you very much. Whether or not Lucky Ayedatiwa has the human or humane nature to be able to carry everyone along if he goes ahead to win the primary, we will know when we come back from this break. If he does not have that quality, we will also be probing into that after this break. Let's quickly have a feel of sight and sound from the governor's tour of Oka in the Koko area during his visits to local government areas in the state. We'll be right back, everyone. Please stay with us.
It was with excitement that the people of Akoko South-West local government area of Ondo State welcomed Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa. The governor and his team were at the palace of Olubaka, Oba Adebori Adeleye, where he was received by the monarch in company of his colleagues from the council area. Governor Ayedatiwa, who showed gratitude to the traditional rulers and the people for their support and endorsement of his candidature, promised to accelerate the state's development in all sectors.
Secondary and primary school 2000 to fill the gap that is existing in the staff structure that is primary and secondary schools. Medical workers, employment is ongoing. ODRs were just employed about 165 across the 18 local governments. The higher institution, we are supporting them with funds so that they can also develop their other assets that are required for effective learning system. And all the roads and other infrastructure that the late government started, we have made a promise that will complete every one of them.
The Olubaka, who applauded the governor's passion to accelerate development of the state, also prayed for his success at the shadow and general election.
wípé ẹ máa dá sí ọ̀rọ̀ wọn ọ̀dà sáyọ̀ èyí tí a fẹ́ ṣe ní sátidé tó ń bọ̀ ọ̀nà ìpínlẹ̀ lágbára ọlọ́run lágbára òkúrí adé ní Ondo State lágbára àwọn ìṣẹ̀ǹtẹ́lẹ̀ tá a jọ ń gbé àfihàn èyí ò rí wọn ojú kan ní wọ́n rí mi lágbára ọlọ́run ìrìn máa mú mi.
At St. Patrick's Primary School, the governor addressed party faithful and supporters and called for a united front ahead of the shadow election.
Ti sọ̀rọ̀, ìjòyè ti sọ̀rọ̀, ó wá kù sọ́wọ́ àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ wa, all members of APC at the various wards. Wọ́n ní ìbò yìí bí ẹ̀yin lẹ máa di o. Ṣùgbọ́n eléyìí ó ṣe tán tẹ̀sójú ẹ̀, òun ṣe oníka. Wọ́n ní eléyìí ẹ máa tò síbi tẹ́ ti fẹ́ ṣoríire. Ibi tẹ́ ti fẹ́ kórè yín sàn ní kẹ́ tò sí.
The APC governorship primary election holds this weekend across the state.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Glad to have you with me on the program. Countdown to Ondo APC primary. I'm still hosting two gentlemen politicians, Olutayo Babalayo, barrister at law. Thank you so much for still being with me. Elder statesman and politician, Honorable Olawutimi. Thank you so much for being with me. I think I'd like to still start with you at this point. Let's take a peep into, because the elders say that what young people cannot see, climbing the tree, elders will just be seated down and they would see. Honestly speaking, do you think if Aidatua wins this primary, it will not be a winner-takes-all syndrome person? And if it does not win, do you think he will be able to support whoever wins the primary?
Flowing from the last part of your question, the question of his not winning is out of it.
It's a contest.
It is a contest that is obvious. It is taken for granted because of the overwhelming support of the party members for Ayedatiwa. And when he becomes the governor, again, eventually, I want to assure you, he's a father to all of us, all, including all the aspirants.
Let's talk hypothetically. If he wins this primary, do you think he would have that sportsmanship spirit to be able to rally around and then unite every other aspirant? If he does not win, do you think he will be able to support whoever wins? Hypothetically speaking, because it's a contest, so it could go any of the two ways.
He will win, and he will bring everybody together. He will rally all the 15 other aspirants, except any one of them prove difficult that he will not work with him. And there is nothing you can do in democracy. You do not have the power to tie anybody to any association. Then coming to question of not winning, if he doesn't win, will he cooperate? He's a pure party man, a gentleman to the core. But that question does not arise in this contest because Ayedatiwa is the acceptable candidate of the party by the majority of the registered financial members of APC in Ondo State. To that extent, he will emerge victorious. It is an obvious thing. The support all over the place is overwhelming. Like my colleague said, look at what happened at Owo. It was unprecedented. Look at what happened at Ikare yesterday. It was unprecedented. Akoko Northwest, BTO, for instance, collapsed all his structures into Ayedatiwa. It's overwhelming. All the 4 Akoko local government areas supporting Ose, Owo. Then you come to the central, from north to Akure South. You saw Akure South if you were there. In fact, some people are saying, that you have turned this thing to general rally. It is not him that is doing it, is the love of the party members of him. Then we will go to, look at it, all over the place. Another, add to what my friend has said, the ESCO of the party is neutral in this contest because they are the father and mother of all the contestants. So when we finish, they will be in position to call all the aspirants together. My brothers and my sister, come together. It's one house, one family, that we are contesting for ownership in our family, and it goes to one person does not mean that we have to break the family. So we don't need to break our pot. And that will have the capacity to rally everybody around immediately after the primary. In fact, from Sunday, I can assure you, the process will start as soon as the final candidate emerges, and that candidate will be Lucky Orimisan Ayedatiwa.
Well, you have the right to your optimism
of Ondo State.
All right, it's your optimism. It's your opinion. You're entitled to it, and so let's move on. First, I'd like to know how prepared is the APC for this primary election. Many have also been talking about the constitution of those who oversee the election, headed by Kogi State Governor Ondo. And do you think that caliber and then the team assembled will be able to really deliver transparently, fair, credible internal election for your party tomorrow?
Yeah, of course, definitely, because that is the responsibility of a National Working Committee. They are the one that have been saddled with that responsibility, that any state that APC is having an election, they have to send very experienced, members of the party from the national level. They have to send them to various states, anywhere that election is taking place, coming up, and this is the time for Ondo State. The same thing happened during the last primary at the level of Edo State. I think the governor of Imo State headed the campaign, the party primary there. So, and Odo is not someone that is not experienced. It's been someone that has been with the former Kogi State governor, Yabelo. They have been together. In fact, many times, some of them have even been in Ondo State to organize, to supervise elections, coming from the national headquarters. So, the people that they have assembled, going by the experience and years of being in the party and what have you, I think they are not only capable, they have all it takes to supervise that election in such a way that it will not generate or elicit any ill feelings, rancor among the party primary after the whole exercise tomorrow. So people have confidence in them. So, and they are not aligned with anybody. These are people that are, of course, they know the terrain of Ondo State, but they are not, for any one of them, they are just there to come down here and play their own role. And once they play their role, and that ends it all. And so for us, I wouldn't want to say that they are not capable. If they are not capable, the national headquarters would have sent a whole governor to come down. I think about current governor and another one former governor. And all of them like that. Even the secretary is a well-known senators of a federal republic and what have you. So I think they have all it takes. They are capable and they have the capacity to organize free, fair, credible, transparent elections.
All right, let's drink from your wealth of experience. And I know that many of these politicians having been in the game for a very long time. Are you sure that we will not be having the Edo State experience where the party had to cancel one exercise and then order another, changed the chairman of the committee, just like you mentioned, Opus Odima the other time. It was not him that eventually finished that exercise because of abnormalities that really came up in that contest. So how confident are you that we'll not be having a repeat of the experience in Ondo State?
I'm confident that the Ododo-led team will not allow us to have such experience. Then Ondo State APC is a model within the nation. over the years. A model. We have shown it over time as the most peaceful, the most progressive chapter among all the 36 states in the Federation. And with the maturity with which we've been playing our politics over time, it's not a do or die affairs. So nobody is going to cause havoc that will allow us to experience what happened in Edo State. And the party has a process. If a particular process is not acceptable to you, you go to an appeal. There is always room for an appeal. Even after tomorrow, if you are not convinced of the process or the success of whoever emerges who is going to be elected, you have the grace of an appeal. So with the quality of personnel that the party has put in place, I'm confident, and with the cooperation of party members who have been very peaceful since we started from all camps, you will discover that we will not have a dual experience here.
All right, let's quickly have another break as we listen to some of the aspirants who will also be contesting in tomorrow's election. We'll be listening to a former Commissioner for Justice in Ondo State, Isaac Skikimeke. We'll also be listening to Onyeye, a retired general in the Nigerian Army, as well as Professor Dayo Faduile. Let's listen to what they also have to say about tomorrow's primary election of the All Progressives Congress, APC. Remember, I did tell you in the last edition that we are open to all, and so let's listen to them too and know what they feel about tomorrow's election. We'll be right back.
It is high time we embraced or emplaced an innovative government in Ondo State, a government that will do things differently from what we have done in the past. My vision spells it out, and that is the creation of a prosperous and peaceful Ondo State, where citizens will find work to do and live meaningfully and comfortably. And people have asked me, how about the mission? There must be a mission to realizing that vision. And the mission is, with the aid of science, information, and technology, maximally impart government revenue on the human and the natural resources of this state to create wealth. We must move away from ordinary governance, payment of salaries as at when due. Nobody should celebrate that. Tar roads, nobody should celebrate that. We must be thinking of innovative ways. We must do critical thinking to utilizing the human and natural resources of this state to create wealth, a new economy. That is what I'm bringing in. And what I am saying is that I've highlighted how I intend to do this through agriculture, through education, through entrepreneurship promotion and skill acquisition, through establishment of small-scale agro-allied industries. And all these programs are linked. I intend, like I have said, to establish a new concept, a modernized form of the farm settlement established by Chief Obafemi Awolowo. And so I talk about the concept of the civil farmer, Agbo-Olowo Oshu, where farmers will not only get lands, where farmers will not only get seedlings, where farmers will not only get inputs and all of that, but will be paid monthly based on output from the expected output from their farm, so as to make farming lucrative for unemployed youth and unemployed citizens. I intend that once that is done, the products from that farm will then go into our agro-ally small-scale factories that we intend to build. You know, it's a chain. It's a chain to create wealth. We intend to use things like tourism to create wealth. And I've talked about how we intend to showcase, maybe Idonre Hills, build up a Fagunwa literary village, go and make up Ebomi Lake, and then turn Araromi seaside to some Venice of a sort, you know, so as to use tourism to create wealth.
You agree with me that over the years there has been series of agitation, series of calls for a repositioning of governance so that leadership will be much more people-oriented, they'll be much more development-focused, they'll be much more result-poised. The essence of this is that we expect that good governance will invariably translate to growth and development. We expect that the mass pervasive poverty within the land will be eradicated swiftly. We expect that employments will be generated for the thinning youths that are all over the place. We expect that the standard of living of the people will be improved. To be able to achieve all this, we need to take a critical look, a critical X-ray at all the sectors of governance. Like you said, we look at the revenue that is being generated. We look at the pattern of inflow of monthly revenue to the government. Do we have to rely on the current feeding bottle approach with the focus on going to Abuja every month to get milk that is consumed within the month, basically a consuming economy? How do we migrate the state from the current state of consumption to production? Of course, these are critical issues that we have to address.
All right, welcome back, everyone. It's been moment of looking at preparations for tomorrow's APC primary election. That's the 20th of April, 2024. It's a time for the party to elect who will fly the flag of the party come tomorrow, the 20th of April. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for still being with me. Now, everyone from the camp of Lucky Aiyedatiwa keep saying Ondo is lucky, Ondo is lucky. But the question arises, what gives this confidence that Ondo is actually lucky? Is it because of a few months of governance directly under Lucky Aiyedatiwa that makes all of you to keep saying Ondo is lucky?
Yes, because I would want to say that a lot of things have changed within the space of 3 months. And people believe that the party is coming back to the members of the party. Because I have to be factual.
Please be. What was wrong with your party before?
No, a lot. I mean, a lot, of course. Everybody knows. Looking at it from the point of the leadership, like Riley said, that was the youth leader of the party for 8 consecutive years. And throughout, as a member of the committee, I've always been striving to ensure that proper things are being, are done. But again, if you are if you belong to the minority, it's always difficult for your voice to be heard. And I won't say I fought throughout, but again, I try as much as possible to see how things can be done properly. And so when you just discover that it's only just few of the leadership that are controlling the party, and at the expense of the majority, something has gone amiss. So going by that, you cannot say, but people heave sigh of relief when the incumbent governor came on board, that this man will return the party back to people, so that the true meaning, definition of democracy, government of the people, by the people and for the people, we can actually feel it Because I can tell you straight off here that in the last 7 years, democracy has been turned upside down in our party. That's a fact. I won't want to be on here telling people it has been government of the people by the people. Yes, government of the people by the people, but for few people that have been controlling it, from the party hierarchy to governance and to government. So people have not been, playing active role. It's just meant for few. But the man came and he decided to, embrace everybody, such that we never experienced in the last 7 years. So I know what I'm saying because I was inside that. But it's not everything that we can come in to expose and what have you. But the much I can say, I've just said it, that the party of APC, unlike what is being obtained in Ondo,
I know Honorable Gunti may want to say something.
Yes, let me I want to
quickly make your point.
Yes, in Ekiti, in the other states, the way they run the party, we did not run it like that in Ondo.
How did they run it that you were not running it?
And I've just told you, the party in other states was party of the people, for the people,
all
and by the
encompassing.
people.
You want to
all
say?
Encompassing.
Okay.
I can tell you here that no one can control that because
let's
I was a pioneer member of this party, so I know what I'm saying.
Of course.
And I'm not here to impugn on the credit, integrity of any leader, but that's just the fact.
All right then. Now, your point is well made. I know you have a lot to say.
Ondo State is lucky, starting from our party. Governor Lucky Mr. Aiyedatiwa has opened up the space for participation by all party members. For instance, within the first month of his being in the saddle as governor, he called all party leaders across the divide. Those who felt that over the years they have not been allowed to participate in the party processes. He called everybody, those there before and those who felt that they are the backyard. He called everybody together. He appealed to them, and the party had been working together as a single entity. That is one. Two, governance. When your party is in government, you should feel it somehow. Since Honorable Lucky Aiyedatiwa got into office on the 27th of December till now, he had made the party members to feel the pulse of the party, to feel that the party is holding the government in trust for them. That is another area of being lucky. And when you come to, you will recall that for years now, members of the various bodies of government have not been constituted. This governor promised that in due course, he will constitute boards and parastatals. He had not done it. That is to tell you how cerebral, how inclusive government he wants to run will be. He's supposed to have constituted all these bodies right now, but to give room for these other leaders to participate in the process so that nobody will be shut out. That is why he's still holding down. So after the primary, you will see he will open the space so that more members of the party, more leaders who can make meaningful contribution to governance will be brought in so that everything will be moving. It's not about him alone, it's about the state. Ondo State is lucky because we have a man who is conscious of the security of his people. You will recall, with due respect, that since Honorable Lucky Aiyedatiwa came on board, there have been security across the state. We have not been hearing incessant cases of kidnapping or hoodlum here or there. So that is to show you the quality of leadership he is angling to provide for the people of Ondo State. Right. So Ondo State is lucky. Oriwadesan Aiyedatiwa ìdí abájọ ní tá a fi ń sọ fún àwọn èèyàn wa pé lọ́la o ẹ lọ tò sórí ìlà.
I'm actually been waiting for that. I know you will switch to Yoruba. I just know when you will do that.
Kẹ́ lọ dìbò fún gómìnà wa Lucky Aiyedatiwa
in 60 seconds.
Orí wa kó lè máa ṣàn sí.
In 60 seconds.
It's just an addendum. You just asked about why is Ondo State lucky. When we were at Ikare yesterday, he had to tell the party members that were present that all the party members, I hope you have collected the last month's salary and that the salary of this month will soon be paid. That we have never experienced in party politics in Ondo State.
Salaries for who?
For ward ESCOs, local government ESCO and state ESCO. And that was why I was trying to draw, inference from what happened in the other state. In other states, all the party ESCOs have been paid salary. Throughout my 8 years, I never received any down. But the man has decided to say, no, this is not the way to encourage party members who labored, who suffered, to bring this party to the level he is. So he has been paying them salary. So we are lucky to have that.
All right. I have to thank you very much.
Add this.
Time is not on our side.
The governor is not taking that money out of the purse of government.
Yeah. Okay.
He's taking it out of the purse of the party.
Of the party.
The party has money.
Contribution.
Okay then.
Contribution, there are incomes coming to the party. Okay. And after that, you have to make...
So what has been happening to this money before now?
They use it to run other activities of the party. But he said that he who...
other activities of the party.
Other activities. The party has a lot of activities to run. They have been using it for it, but the governor is now saying that party, you have to devote part of this money to remunerate these people.
Let me thank you very much, gentlemen, for coming on this countdown to Ondo APC primary election. It's a special program we're designed to air all views and opinions as far as that election is concerned. We've been able to also hear from some of the other contestants for the ticket of the APC come April the 20th, 2024. Thank you so much, Honorable Ola Ogutumei. Thanks for your time on the program. I'm always quick to want to say Oluti, but then let me go formal. Olutayo Babalayo Esquire, thank you so much for coming. Everyone, I thank you for being part of the Outlook. Of course, tomorrow is the D-Day for the APC to elect who will fly the flag of the party. I am Sunday Kola Ole. Please enjoy the rest of the day.